What's going on, family, and welcome back to the channel. Dragon Canoe checking in again. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone supporting the channel and all the new people coming and checking us out, seeing what we got going on over here. Just want to let y'all know, I always put my best foot forward. I'm going to give you the best version of the content I got, and I'm not going to give you nothing watered down, man. I'm going to do my best to give you the best version of anything that I put out. Let's get it. We're just doing what we do best, staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek deck. And if anybody knows me, you know I'm very cryptic. You gotta catch the little symbolisms and signs here and there. And all I want to do is sit and wonder. I just want you to know we're just doing what we do best, connecting the dots, staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek.
Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness, there is nothing froward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty invention. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me.
King Arthur is the son of Uther Pendragon, the High King of Britain, and Igraine, the Duchess of Cornwall. In the most famous version of the story, written by Geoffrey of Monmouth, Arthur's origin is a tale of deception and magic. King Uther fell in love with Igraine, who was already married to his ally, Gorlois, the Duke of Cornwall. Unable to win her over, Uther sought the help of the wizard Merlin. Merlin used magic to transform Uther's appearance to perfectly resemble Gorlois. Under this magical disguise, Uther entered the castle of Tintagel and slept with Igraine. Arthur was conceived the same night, while the real Gorlois was being killed in battle by Uther's soldiers. After his birth, Arthur was taken by Merlin and given to a knight named Sir Ector to be raised in secret away from the royal court. While modern fantasy often labels Merlin as a wizard, he is widely considered to be a literary evolution of a druid. Merlin is a Christianized version of older Celtic figures. Merlin is based on Myrddin Wilt in, quote, Wild Man of the Woods. Some scholars say Myrddin was a pagan druid or a high-ranking seer. We're just connecting the dots here. In legends, Merlin performs the duties of a historical druid. He is a political advisor, prophet, teacher, and mediator. Much like a Nestorian from the last episode of Dragons in America. Again, we're just doing what we do best. Staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. Some legends say Merlin built Stonehenge using magic to move the stones from Ireland. The site is associated with Druidism. Like Merlin, Druids in Celtic lore could shapeshift, control the weather, and use, in quote, nature magic from trees and water. Before Arthur's rise, Merlin was a powerful prophetic advisor and kingmaker for Arthur's predecessors, including Kings Vortigern, Ambrosius Aurelianus, and Uther Pendragon. His early role is defined by three major legendary feats. When the usurper King Vortigern tried to build a fortress at Dinas Emiris, the walls collapsed every night. Vortigern's advisors claimed only the blood of a fatherless child could stabilize the foundation. Merlin, born of a mortal woman and an incubus, was brought to be sacrificed. Instead of being killed, the young Merlin revealed the real cause, an underground pool containing two sleeping dragons, one red and one white. As the dragons fought, Merlin prophesied that the red dragon would eventually overcome the white dragon, signaling the future coming of a great leader, Arthur. Following Uther's death, the kingdom was left without a clear heir. Arthur eventually proved his royal bloodline and divine right to rule by being the only person able to pull the sword in the stone, identified as Excalibur. Prior to the birth of Arthur, Pendragon was not a surname, but a prestigious military title or, in quote, job description for the supreme leader of the Britons. The term is a Middle Welsh compound. Pen meaning head, chief or foremost, Khan, drag or dragon. In this context, it was a poetic term for warrior or leader, derived from the Latin dracones. Again, we're talking dragons, combined meaning chief of warriors, commander-in-chief, or war leader. The name's significance is also tied to a celestial omen. A spectacular dragon-shaped comet appeared in the sky, which Merlin interpreted as a sign of Uther's future kingship and the greatness of his unborn son. Inspired by this, Uther had two gold dragons made, one to stay at a cathedral and one to be carried into battle at his royal standard. This solidified the dragon as the heraldic symbol of the high kingship before Arthur ever touched a sword. The story of Uther Pendragon's lust for Igraine bears strong thematic resemblances to the biblical story of King David and Bathsheba, found in 2 Samuel chapter 11. While medieval authors did not explicitly state they were retelling the Bible, they wrote for an audience that viewed history through a biblical lens. Both stories explore the flawed king archetype, a powerful ruler whose private moral failure ironically leads to the birth of a golden age successor.
After the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David sent and inquired after the woman, and one said, "Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness. And she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived, and sent and told David, and said, "I am with child." And David sent to Joab, saying, "Send me Uriah the Hittite." And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, "Go down to thy house and wash thy feet." And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, Camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down unto thine house? And Uriah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. And David said to Uriah, Tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him. And he made him drunk. And at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his lord, but went not down to his house. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab, and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter, saying, Set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew.
The legend of King Arthur is primarily rooted in the matter of Britain, but its reach spans several modern-day countries, most notably Wales, England, Scotland, and France. The Arthurian myth evolved over centuries, with various nations claiming different parts of his story. The connection between Glastonbury Tor and the St. Michael alignment is a central pillar linking Arthurian legend with sacred geometry and astronomical alignments. This alignment is a straight line running roughly 350 miles across southern England, from St. Michael's Mount in Cornwall to the coast of Norfolk. It is named for the numerous churches and sites dedicated to St. Michael, the patron saint of high places, that sits along its path. Some have even claimed the St. Michael line is actually composed of two, end quote, earth energy currents, a masculine and feminine line, which intertwine and intersect specifically at the Glastonbury Tor, symbolizing a union of opposites. Some interpretations view the alignment as a spiritual shield or St. Michael's sword, overlooking and protecting the land, a theme that mirrors Arthur's role as the divine protector of Britain. Alright, let's check this out. Many esoteric traditions interpret Arthur's actions as allegories for spiritual work, often viewed as an internal search for enlightenment or, end quote, grail codes, rather than a physical navigation of energy lines. This alignment connects several sites dedicated to the archangel, mirroring Arthur's own symbolic role as a Pendragon, or dragon leader who brings order to chaos. While the St. Michael alignment and ley line energy are powerful themes in modern Arthurian legend, the legendary King Arthur was described as a warrior king focused on political unity and defense, not an intentional practitioner of earth energy manipulation, they say. But was he? It gets even better, y'all. Earth energy refers to a subtle, invisible life force or vitality that supposedly flows through the earth, similar to the concept of ki or chi in feng shui or prana in yoga. These are believed to be energy highways that connect sacred sites like Stonehenge and Sedona. Points where multiple ley lines intersect are called vortexes or power centers. These are alleged to be high-density energy spots that can alter human consciousness or facilitate healing. Some believers identify earth energy as telluric currents, low-frequency electric currents that flow through the ground and are influenced by underground water or mineral deposits. The study of ley lines focuses on two primary geographic regions: the United Kingdom, where the concept originated, and North America, where it is often linked to the indigenous sacred sites and natural vortexes. The UK contains the most documented and mapped ley lines in the world. The most famous alignment in the UK, spanning roughly 350 kilometers, starts at St. Michael's Mount and travels east-northeast through the Hurlers, Glastonbury Tor, Borough Monk, and Avebury, ending at Bury St. Edmunds, often viewed as a male energy line paired with a winding female energy line. A long-distance north-south alignment running the length of Britain connects the Isle of Wight to Inverhope on the north coast of Scotland, passing through Winchester, Birmingham, Manchester, and Carlisle. In North America, these lines are often referred to as in quote world grid points or energy pathways, connecting significant natural and historical landmarks associated with the American Southwest, like Sedona, Arizona, which is believed to contain up to 15 energy vortexes, including Cathedral Rock and Bell Rock, a network often mapped between major indigenous sites, including Mount Shasta in California, Cahokia Mounds in Illinois, Chaco Canyon, New Mexico, and Serpent Mound, Ohio, talking to Tecumseh. The study of Earth energies, the plumed serpent line, and the concept of nodes represent the veins and organs of a theorized global energy grid. The plumed serpent line, or the plumed dragon, Quetzalcoatl, is considered one of the primary masculine ley lines on Earth. It is the counterpart to the feminine rainbow dragon line. It travels through the American Southwest, specifically intersecting with major spiritual hotspots like Sedona, Arizona. It is said to connect sacred sites across the Americas, linking the wisdom traditions of the ancient Maya and Aztecs with the indigenous cultures of the North.
Doth not wisdom and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors.
In the context of ley lines, a node is a specific point where two or more ley lines intersect. When ley lines cross at a node, the energy is believed to become highly concentrated, creating a vortex. Think of a ley line as a river. A node is the whirlpool where several rivers meet. Places like Sedona, Stonehenge, and Machu Picchu are considered major global nodes where the Earth's energy is most accessible for healing or spiritual awakening. Let's break it down real quick. A ley line is a pathway or current of energy, much like a power line or river. A node, on the other hand, is an intersection point of multiple lines, or a power station, what we consider a whirlpool. Vortex is an actual spiral of energy felt at a node. It is the magnetic pull or feeling of the site. In the American Southwest, specifically Sedona, Arizona, the most powerful nodes along the plumed serpent line are the four major energy vortexes. These landmarks are where multiple ley lines intersect, creating concentrated hubs of Earth energy. In ley line theory, a node is a specific geographical point where two or more energy lines cross. If a ley line is a river of energy, a node is the whirlpool where multiple rivers meet, creating a vortex. These intersections are believed to be places where the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is thinner, allowing for deeper meditation or healing. Here's the catch. While nodes are invisible, they are often marked by unusual natural features, such as the twisted juniper trees frequently found in Sedona, which believers say are physically warped by the swirling vortex of energy. In the Bible, the juniper tree mentioned in the Old Testament is widely identified as the white broom or broom tree. It is a hardy desert shrub that grows in arid regions, reaching heights of 6 to 12 feet and providing critical shade and shelter in barren landscape. The most significant biblical connection occurs in 1 Kings chapter 19. After his victory over the prophets of Baal, the prophet Elijah fled from Queen Jezebel into the wilderness of the Negev. Overwhelmed by exhaustion and fear, Elijah sat down under a juniper or broom tree and prayed to die, saying, "It is enough now, my power. Take my life." As he slept, an angel touched him and provided a cake baked on coals and a cruse of water. This nourishment sustained him for a 40-day journey to Mount Horeb. The juniper appears in several other Old Testament passages with specific symbolic meanings. Job describes people in extreme poverty and famine who were reduced to eating the roots of the broom tree for sustenance. The psalmist speaks of sharp arrows of the warrior with burning coals of the broom tree. This wood was prized for making charcoal that burned with intense and long-lasting heat, serving as a metaphor for the destructive power of deceitful words. A different Hebrew word, sometimes translated as juniper, refers to a solitary tree in the desert plain, symbolizing a person who turns away from the Most High.
And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, "So let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time." And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belongeth to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a juniper tree. And he requested for himself that he might die, and said, "It is enough. Now, O Lord, take away my life, for I am not better than my fathers." And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, behold, then an angel touched him, and said unto him, "Arise and eat." And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baken on the coals, and a cruse of water at his head. And he did eat and drink, and laid him down again. And the angel of the Lord came again the second time, and touched him, and said, "Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee." And he arose, and did eat and drink, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Horeb, the mount of God. And he came thither unto a cave, and lodged there. And behold, the word of the Lord came to him. And he said unto him, "What doest thou here, Elijah?" And he said, "I have been very jealous for the Lord God of hosts. For the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant, thrown down thine altars, and slain my